All right, you ready to go? I'm meteorologist Ben Peine here in the Extol Media Studios in Uptown New Albany, right at the corner of Vincennes and Market Street. And on a cloudy start to the day, we do have some scattered showers. Most of the rain so far is along and north of Highway 56 in Indiana from around Madison over towards Scottsburg and north. And then we have some rain out in western Kentucky and then a couple showers kind of in between. So a little bit wet depending on your location here so far this morning. And it is a little bit humid on our June 5th Thursday morning as well. So thanks for joining us, whether it's on my Meteorologist Ben Peine page, or maybe you're tuning in with our Extol Weather Facebook page, Extol Media on YouTube. Thanks for liking or subscribing our YouTube channel as well. That's where you can bring it up nice and full screen. Extolmag.com/weather. You can also find our live stream right there. And just a reminder too that it is Ben Peine, P-E-I-N-E. Still getting some questions about that here a couple months in. Looking live outside here at the corner of Market and Vincennes, looking at a cloudy sky, but a dry pavement here in New Albany right now. Of course, that is not the case in some other spots. As we bring up the live sweep here and move to the north, we have just some sprinkles around Sellersburg out towards Georgetown. As you look to the north, that's where we get some heavier pockets of rain. Around Scottsburg, starting to see that steady rainfall. Austin. And as we look farther to the north around Highway 50, Seymour to Brownstown, you've got a good deal of rainfall there. We may get a rumble of thunder here or there. I haven't really seen much lightning with this activity. And then there you can see some rain towards Madison. And then as we expand out our view, there's just a little bit of sprinkles around Louisville right now, and then mostly dry over much of Kentucky until you head out west toward Evansville and western Kentucky. That's where we find some more rain showers on our little tour of the radar here this morning. Let me go ahead and bring up the radar and satellite. Let's see if we can fire that up. And there you can see the motion of the rainfall across the area this morning. I'll take off those storm reports. As we go full screen here, there you can see some of this slow moving rain that is on kind of the south side of a stationary front that we're going to be tracking here this morning. That's going to give us some more waves of some showers and thunderstorms from time to time, but not expecting it to be a washout by any means. So we have a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms for today. But again, if you're up towards Scottsburg and Seymour, you're like, this is not a few. This is steady rainfall. So depends on location. This afternoon, we'll have a good amount of dry time across the area, but still some hit or miss showers and thunderstorms possible. And then tonight, a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms. Our mornings and early afternoons look mostly dry tomorrow and Saturday, but by late day into the evening time, looks like we'll have some waves of showers and thunderstorms moving through for Friday and Saturday. So that's what we're going to break down here for you on our Ben at 10 here over the next, we've been going on average about 45 minutes or so. Beverly Hagist, often the first one to pop in here. Good morning, Beverly, from Borden, Indiana. John Fox, number 2. Good morning from Mrs. Fox and me. Good morning, guys. Hope you guys are having a good start to your Thursday, your Friday Eve. And just want to give a look here to our interactive radar as well. This is at extolmag.com/weather, where we have rain. It's in the upper 60s. And then where it's dry in Kentucky, it's warm and humid, 76 in Bardstown and Elizabethtown at 74. Litchfield, 75. Lebanon, Kentucky, 79 degrees. But again, a little bit cooler where we find some of that rainfall. And as we bring this up to the full screen view, again, I'm not seeing any lightning strikes with this activity. Let me turn it off and back on. There's, okay, just a few lightning strikes that are northwestern Tennessee. But the activity that we have across our area right now is currently lightning free. And again, this is going to pick up on lightning strikes that hit the ground. Sometimes the lightning detection network won't pick up lightning strikes that are up in the cloud. It's typically got to hit the ground for it to pick up those lightning strikes. As we zoom in around the region here, again, we've got a stationary front that's parking over the region, giving us some periods of wet weather from time to time for the next couple of days. So that is an interactive radar there that you can find at extolmag.com/weather. The Storm Prediction Center, where we got you linked up to, it has our area under a level 1 out of 5 severe weather risk category. That's the green color. And then a bigger risk of severe storms out over the southern Great Plains for today. And not expecting any tornadoes around our area or any big bad storms really for today. Now, day 2, this is the severe weather risk from the Storm Prediction Center. You can see far southern Indiana, and then much of Kentucky, Tennessee, and areas out west under a slight risk. That is level 2 out of 5 in the severe weather risk categories. Overall, low risk of a tornado. Here is another look live out there right now at the Falls of the Ohio with the Falls of the Ohio Foundation camera. You can find this at the fallsoftheohio.org. So it looks like we've got a few raindrops coming down. You'd have to look real close to kind of see it. But just kind of zooming around as we look over the fossil beds there. And a mostly cloudy sky is what we'll have for today. All right, we'll get out of that full screen. I want to give a thank you to Sellersburg campus here, Ivy Tech Sellersburg campus. Ivy Tech, I want to say thank you because my daughter has about a 1-year head start in college. We're going to be able to transfer those Ivy Tech credits over to IU. She's actually, my daughter Hannah's actually meeting with counselors and doing orientation today at the Bloomington campus. So personally, Ivy Tech has already helped our family. It can help yours as well, whether you're a prospective student or maybe at some point in your career just wanting to level up. 42 different programs offered there that you can find. Very handy website, ivytech.edu. Just go to locations and go to the Sellersburg. Lyons Roofing, too, they have a roofing repair technician opening. I actually had to text one of the sales representatives, DJ Zip, yesterday because I was stuck on my mom's roof. We'll get back to that. And many of you may have seen that because over 40,000 views on my little predicament there. As I was on my mom's roof cleaning like the siding and the windows and the gutters, and then the ladder fell down. It happens. And thankfully, I got a lot of comments that I was not the only one that has happened to. 812-294-3595. Check out Lyons Roofing right there. And then a lot of job postings. Been talking a lot with Libs Paving. They're trying to get these windows of dry time to get the paving jobs done. They're largest paving contractor in the region. They've got a lot of openings right here. If you want to have a new career, check them out at Libs. That is L-I-B as in Ben, libspaving.com. And you can find all those job postings right there. And NWSB, newwashbank.com, people you know wherever you go. Banking the way you want. So you can find out a whole lot more right there on their easy-to-use website, newwashbank.com. All right, so again, we are tracking live some of that rain that we see around the area here. Most of it to the north and to the west so far. Areas along and south of the river have seen basically just a few sprinkles. East of I-65 in Kentucky has been pretty dry. Most of the rain has been the steady rain's been north of Clark County, Indiana, tracking along Highway 56 between Madison, say around Austin, Scottsburg, Paoli, and north. And that's where we see the steadiest rain so far this morning. I'll leave this up here as we look at a few comments. We've got Vicky Berger. Good morning from Salem. Thanks for tuning in to our Ben at 10 show this morning on your Thursday, June the 5th. And we got Teresa Logston, a good morning from you. Thank you for tuning in here. Barbara Brownfield, water the flowers this morning. I watered them yesterday because they're kind of covered on our back deck and front porch. But you may want to water them just in case because we'll have plenty of dry time today. And I know it looks like all that's going to be heading our way. Some of the weather model data was actually showing that stuff in western Kentucky kind of fizzles out as it moves off to the east away from the stationary front. So the stationary front's over central southern Indiana, really over central Indiana into Illinois. You get farther away from that front, you get away from the lift for those showers. So I'll be interested to see how much those showers survive as they move off to the east. All right, we have also Barbara Brownfield, go Hannah, talent and dedication. Thank you very much. Lillian Lasley, good morning to you. Joe Marshall tuning in with a good morning here. And we've got Helen from Jeffersonville. Thanks for tuning in. Michael Montgomery. Hold on. Michael Montgomery, sup, big guy. Thanks for tuning in here, Michael. And Debbie Kirch Gessner, good morning to you. We got a lot of folks in here. And Joe Marshall, yeah, please tell us what town you're tuning in from. We love the representation throughout Kentucky and Indiana. Joe Marshall there from Georgetown, Kentucky. And then we've got Angela. Good morning, Ben. Enjoy your day. Thanks for all of your updates. Happy to share all the updates as well. And just a reminder as well, if you want to plug into our program here, Extol Weather, Extol Media, and become an advertising partner, or maybe we help you out with your marketing setup, you can contact me, Ben at extolmag.com, Jason at extolmag.com, and we've been averaging 1 to 2 million views or more per month over the last 90 days. Thanks to all you guys for taking a look at our Facebook content, my Facebook content, and that doesn't include all of our other platforms. So thank you very much for that. And revisiting, again, many of you may have seen this. That is a totally soaked shirt as I was power washing some of the siding and the gutters on the wet roof there at my mom's house. You do not see a ladder because the ladder fell. And so thankfully, thanks to my neighbor, Mike Miller, he just got home from work, came over, and got the ladder, and all is good. Thankfully, I did not go down with the ladder, as many of you said. Eldora Rogers, thanks for tuning in here this morning, and good morning to you. So, fun times, stuck on a roof. First time for everything. Also want to give a shout out to U of L. So they're going to be playing tomorrow at 3 p.m. at Jim Patterson Stadium, Super Regionals. And hopefully we can get that ball game in before a good chance of some showers and thunderstorms. And Murray State out in North Carolina taking on Duke Saturday. So good luck to them. And Dominic Decker, our guy from Sellersburg, Joe and Stephanie Decker's son, is playing infield for Murray State. So good luck to them taking on Duke Saturday. Today, UV index around 6 or 7, not as high with not as much sunshine the last couple of days. Technically, it's in a high category, but not the very high category for today. So as we look through the forecast, the play ball forecast, I switched it from baseball to golf because we've got golf sectionals today at Covered Bridge, including a lot of schools. I think Silver Creek's in there, maybe Charlestown, Jeff, New Albany, Borden, among other schools. Big sectional matchup there at Covered Bridge. So good luck to all the players, golfers out there. There will be a chance for a few showers and thunderstorms. That rain chance, I'll give it at about a 40% chance for today. But that still means there will be plenty of dry time as well. Southwest wind at around 5 to 10, so pretty light winds overall for today. And today's forecast for your June 5th, 84 degrees that high, mostly cloudy with that shower or storm possible. Southwest wind at around 5 to 10. And these rain chances might be a bit of a nuisance over the next few days, but thankfully the severe weather threat overall is pretty low for us, and it's the growing season. Our yards, gardens, and the farm fields out there do need the rain every now and again. We've had a decent amount of evaporation thanks to our upper 80s to near 90 degrees the last couple of days, but it is going to be a little bit sticky out there. Kind of the air that you can wear, as they sometimes say, as the humidity is on the rise. Donna, good morning to you. Donna Toll, thanks for watching here. A low of 70 tonight, so a summer-like night with a shower or storm possible. Just kind of hit or miss stuff out there, not widespread. And again, a bit humid, south wind at around 5. Sun up at around 6:19. And if you're new to the Ben at 10 program, I like to start off with a look outside, live radar, which we've done, and then we will take a look at your forecast. And then around 6:20, that's kind of been around when we've been digging into the data, taking that deep dive and going hour by hour with the different weather models. And we'll be looking at the high resolution, the HRRR weather model, the HRRR, and the NAM 3 kilometer that will take us through Friday. And then we'll look ahead to more rain chances with a longer range futurecast as well here in just a second. But let's keep going with the forecast here as we look at our forecast tomorrow. It's looking mainly dry in the morning and early afternoon. Then we'll be looking at a late day an evening round of some showers and thunderstorms, and this is when we have the most widespread rain across the area. Starting off at around 72 at 8 o'clock in the morning, upper 70s at noon, 83 and mostly cloudy for our Friday afternoon, or June 6th there. Our average high is 84, and the normal low is 65. Oh, here's my mom popping in. You're my hero. Thanks again. I'm the hero that dropped the ladder onto her bird feeders and broke her bird feeders. So thanks for taking me out to El Nopal to celebrate cleaning her house yesterday and getting stuck on the roof. Mary Dale tuning in. Good morning, Ben. Have a blessed day, and thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you do tuning in here, Mary. And Perry Porter, good morning, and wet here in Borden. Yeah, we'll take another live look at the radar, and we'll do a tour of the radar again here in just a moment before we do that digging into the data segment of our Ben at 10. So there's your Friday. Keep the umbrellas handy just in case. Our 7-day forecast. We've got 82 Saturday with a mostly dry morning and early afternoon, late day evening round of some showers and thunderstorms. Have you picked up on that pattern? So tomorrow and Saturday, the models are showing mainly dry conditions in the morning, early afternoon. That'd be your time to get out and get things done before late day evening showers and thunderstorms. That doesn't time well, of course. Bats baseball has a homestand this weekend versus the Norfolk Tides. We've got Racing Louisville soccer match tomorrow at 7:30, and then we've got Lou City match Saturday at Lynn Family Stadium at 8 p.m. So those game times, unfortunately, kind of when we're seeing a pretty good chance of some showers and thunderstorms. Then Sunday, mostly dry, 82 degrees, just kept a 20% chance, maybe a shower left over early as that front's moving south. And then it looks like we'll have just some unsettled weather sticking around the area Monday with a chance for some spotty showers, a high of 79. And then I'm trying to will this to happen. I'm trying to get us into a drier pattern again by next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But the weather models are kind of all over the place next week. And I don't see an end in sight to this pattern of periodic rain chances overall as we look over the next few weeks, because we're not getting the jet stream to take that full-on trip to Canada. It's close enough that we'll get some disturbances every now and again to give us some periodic chances of some showers and thunderstorms. We will get areas of high pressure that come in and give us breaks in the rain, maybe 2 or 3 day breaks in the rain like we've had lately. But then again, we'll have these unsettled periods as well. So it stays kind of an active weather pattern for the month of June. Wyatt Wright, thanks for checking in this morning. Good morning to you, Wyatt. Again, an aspiring meteorologist down there in the PRP area. I'm going to cough and turn off the mic real quick. All right, there we go. We're back. Mike Perkins tuning in. Beautiful day. Good morning, Ben. Thanks, Mike, for checking in with us here this morning. And here is a look at the rain that we have across the area. And also a check of the cloudy conditions. So this is a live view here at Market in Vincennes. And we're looking at mostly cloudy conditions. And actually, maybe seeing the clouds thin out a touch, but still mostly cloudy, of course, overall across the area. And back we go to the radar and satellite. We're seeing, as we take a look here, this is sunshine here east of I-65. Steadiest rain has been up here around Highway 50 and Highway 56 over parts of southern Indiana, again from Madison over towards Scottsburg and Austin and to Mitchell. And then we've had some spotty sprinkles over other spots. And then what's going to happen here with this activity in western Kentucky? It's time to answer that as we move into the weather models. So let me go ahead and bring up some more weather model data. And then after we check out the data here, we're going to take another live tour of our live scan radar here in just a moment. So this is going to be your future radar. We're going to start off with the HRRR. And this is what we have now. Let me clear off that little illustration there. And, not doing a bad job whatsoever as we bring this up full screen. So this is the mathematics, taking in the weather observation, using the brilliance and magic of mathematics to print out these maps here. So this is the initialization of the hourly updated high resolution rapid refresh weather model, the HRR weather model. And it's picking up on that steadier rain to the north, but also out in western Kentucky, and then some sprinkles in between. So in my opinion, it's doing a fine job here as we start off. That's what you want to see. We also want to see Big Happy this morning. So let's take a swig and then we'll get going here. And how about that? Looking at the time, 10:20. That's about right when we hit the weather models every morning here. All right, let's move ahead in time. So we're going to go to, here's noon today. We'll take a closer look. So I'm kind of watching, especially for you guys in Kentucky, that western Kentucky stuff. It's slow moving. Does it hold together? It does show a little bit of light rainfall here over the next couple of hours, but not moving east very much. So this is around 2 p.m. And that Kentucky stuff fizzles out, it looks like. But as we heat up this afternoon, we're close enough to that front in southern Indiana, notice, that we will have a chance for some pop-up downpours. So this is the image at 2 p.m. today. Now this is not going to be perfect, but it just shows you the nature of what we could have across the area. Hit or miss, splash and dash variety of a few showers and thunderstorms out there. Not expecting severe weather with this. Oops, let me bring back up our view here. Let me go ahead and reload this. I think I went into outer space and upside down. Where are we at in the world? Here, let me bring that down, and we're going to bring it back up here. All right. Wouldn't that beautiful? Wouldn't that be nice? Look at that screensaver right there. All right, so we're going to bring it back up our future. Whether I don't know what button I pressed, but it was not happy with that. All right, so here we are at 2 p.m. We are still with the HRR weather model data. And looking ahead to 3 o'clock, there you can see most of the activity is in Indiana. And the reason for that, as we go back to full screen and we do a little illustration here, that front is hung up to the north over central Ohio, Indiana, and southern Illinois. If you're drawing a stationary front, the cold front barbs are on the south side. The warm front barbs are on the north side. So it looks like that. So southern Indiana closer to the front, that gives southern Indiana a better chance for some pop-up downpours. And Kentucky, while there is a chance for a shower this afternoon, ends up on the drier side of things. So that is this afternoon's view right there. And we'll move ahead to, here's 4 o'clock and then 5 o'clock. So that once again, southern Indiana, the best chance of the downpours today. Take this into the evening time. We are still dodging occasional showers and thunderstorms. And this could be, with the humidity that we have out there and this kind of summer-like feel, these could be fairly kind of tropical downpours and put down some, locally brief heavy rainfall and some rumbles of thunder. Again, low severe weather threat with any of this activity. Marcelyn Wilson, good morning to you. Thanks for popping in a comment on our Ben at 10 here on our June 5th, Thursday edition. We're looking through the weather models here, and then we'll get back to the forecast and back to a live radar here in just a few minutes. So now we're at 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. So even around and just after sunset, there's still a chance for a few of these showers and thunderstorms. And now it might make for a kind of a nice sunset when you have those billowing tall cumulus clouds. We call those towering cumulus clouds. If we have those around sunset, sometimes you can get some nice crepuscular rays. Crepuscular meaning around sunrise, sunset, and the sun rays kind of going around some of those towering cumulus clouds. Might happen, might not. We'll see. Sometimes this kind of isolated pop-up downpour activity can make some nice sunsets. So we'll see about that. So that's 10 p.m. Here's 11 p.m. After we lose some of that daytime heating, we're going to be in the low mid 80s today. Notice as we head through the overnight hours that things begin to settle down. And this is going to take us into, I'm going to go into the 48-hour high resolution rapid refresh weather model. I'm going to start off here around sunrise tomorrow morning. Most areas will be dry. This is going into 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. So maybe can't rule out a shower, but it's driest tomorrow morning into the early afternoon. What we'll be waiting on is this big blob right there. Now that looks big, bad, and angry. It could have some isolated damaging wind gusts, but this is, as we bring this up full screen, how about that? That is your 4 p.m. on your Friday. So this is getting some extra energy from the mid-levels. Vort max is what we call that, up at around 18,000 feet or so. So you've got extra energy to kick up some of these showers and thunderstorms riding along that stationary front. So some pounding rainfall, some blinding rain will be possible, lightning, thunder, and some isolated damaging wind gusts. The tornado threat isn't 0%, but it's going to be a low chance of that. And maybe some hail mixed in with that as well. So where is that? What is that? That is our most widespread chance of showers and thunderstorms developing late tomorrow afternoon. That is a snapshot there at 4 p.m. So there you can see that stretches all the way down towards Bowling Green and down towards Nashville as well. Now moving ahead in time, so now we're heading towards like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. So you've got maybe some activities on your Friday evening. Perhaps, again, we've got U of L playing tomorrow at 3 p.m. We've got Racing Loose Soccer at 7:30 tomorrow. Bats baseball taking on the Norfolk Tides. So there's things going on. So we're just going to have to do our best to do that storm dodge tomorrow evening. That is at 6 p.m. on your Friday. Moving ahead. Later in the evening, once we get that round out of here, then we're looking at mostly dry conditions. So not a washout tomorrow. I think we got plenty of dry time in the morning and the early afternoon, late afternoon, early evening is kind of the timing of this round of some showers and thunderstorms. Looks very similar for Saturday as well, by the way. Now, I am going to load up, so that was the HRRR, the High Resolution Rapid Refresh Weather Model, the HRRR weather model. Now we're going to do the NAM 3 kilometer. It is also a high resolution weather model. So this is going to take us through today and much of tomorrow. So this here picking up decently on the rain that we have. It's not picking up very well on the rain out in western Kentucky. That's time 0 now. As we head into the afternoon hours, it shows some dry time and some pop-up showers and thunderstorms. And we have Jeanette Pierce tuning in. Stay safe today. Good morning to you. Thanks for watching here, Jeanette. All right, so this is, we're up to now 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. So it's kind of similar to what we saw with the HRRR weather model. Plenty of space between these pop-up showers and thunderstorms for today. And as we go towards sunset, can't rule out that shower lingering around the area through later on this evening. This is around 9-10 p.m. I'm going to bust this forward to 2 o'clock in the morning and notice still can't rule out an isolated shower for tonight. And going into our 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. So we've got this front, the stationary front, still hung up over the area. I do think, again, tomorrow morning, early afternoon is the driest part of our Friday. There you can see plenty of dry area at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. Now this is going into 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. And watch out west. What is happening there? It is also picking up on that short wave, that Vort max. You can Google these terms if you want. That's about 18,000 feet. We're getting this wave of energy moving along that stationary front, heading our direction. So the HRRR weather model at 4 o'clock had it over the top of us. This one has it just a tad bit later. So this is around 6 o'clock tomorrow, and then we'll head to 7 o'clock tomorrow. So very similar timing with the two high-resolution weather models, giving us this more widespread area of rain and some thunderstorms, and the possibility of a few strong to severe thunderstorms late tomorrow afternoon into the early evening hours. So this is your Friday, 7 p.m. on your June the 6th. So there you go. Now we're going to move out. This batch moves on through later in the evening, say after sunset. Maybe we have a kind of a break again for later on Friday night. But now we're going to need to switch into, this keeps some rain around late Friday night, this model, by the way. And now we're at the very end of it, 48 hours out on the NAM 3 kilometer. Let me bring up the regular old NAM. It's not quite as high resolution, but it will take us into Saturday morning. So this is June 7th, Saturday morning, and notice some dry weather. But also, we've got another shortwave. We've got another one working our direction, so it's just like Friday, and the timing looks pretty similar. We're watching that wave right there. And let's advance. We go to 5 o'clock, and then 8 o'clock. So time will tell when the next wave actually moves in Saturday, but right now it looks like late day into the evening time. First half of Friday and Saturday look like the driest time periods, and then the last half of Friday and Saturday look like the wettest time periods there. So this is going into Saturday night and then into our early Sunday morning, June 8th at 2 a.m., 5 a.m. Sunday, and then right around sunrise, we should start to see some of that rain moving off to the east. I've kept a 20% chance of a shower Sunday because of this lingering stuff as that front starts to move off to the southeast. But we should see a lot of dry time for Sunday. This is around 2 p.m. Sunday, and that's as far out, 84 hours out, that the NAM weather model goes out. So now we switch into the GFS weather model. This is 2 p.m. on our Sunday, and this is at 5 p.m. Sunday. Heavy rains off to our east, maybe a straggling shower. Again, just 20% chance Sunday. And now we're going into the Ben on a limb segment, going into the later stages of the weather models. So if you're tuning in here, we made it through both of the high-resolution weather models for over 48 hours, went 84 hours out with the NAM weather model, the NAM, and now we're switching into the longer-range data with the GFS weather model that'll take us into early next week. Barbara Haas, good morning to you. I love your posts, by the way. Cracking open a beer or that wine and golf. Life seems good for Barbara Haas on the comments. Cheers. All right, here we go. Back to the models, back to the GFS weather model. So this is going into June 8th afternoon, Sunday. Sunday nights. We're going to go into our Monday morning. This is 8 a.m. on Monday. 11 a.m. and this is at 2 o'clock Monday. We'll see how this plays out, but you can see that there is at least a chance of some showers. I've got like 40% chance right now Monday for the rain for our June the 9th. So a bit unsettled weather pattern as we finish off this week and head into early next week as well. So now we're going to pop ahead to June 10th. This is June 10th morning. You can see the active weather is off to the east. And hopefully we're looking at dry weather next Tuesday. And I'm hoping this begins a few-day dry spell next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So we're hoping high pressure moves in. Those fronts settle off to the south. And so that was Tuesday night. We're heading into next Wednesday. Wednesday looks dry here if the GFS weather model is correct. Judy Hoyer, thanks for watching here this morning and tuning in. So the trend here, some rain chances today through Monday, drier next Tuesday through Thursday. Now, Let's go ahead and bring up the Storm Prediction Center's severe weather outlook very quickly. Overall threat with this activity is on the low side. Today, the severe weather risk is level 1 out of 5, our lowest risk of severe weather. Well, I guess our lowest risk would be no risk, but this is a very low risk with the greater risk of severe storms, as you can see here, out over Oklahoma, southwestern Kansas, into the panhandle of Texas. So there you go. That's day 1 today. Now we're going to go to day 2 with the Storm Prediction Center. The Storm Prediction Center is a division of the National Weather Service, and their one big job is to look across the United States and see where severe weather might happen. This is day 2. This is your Friday. So we are far southern Indiana, and most of Kentucky is under the yellow. That's level 2 out of 5 of the severe weather risk categories. Super low threat of any tornadoes, but there could be some isolated damaging wind gusts, some locally heavy rainfall, maybe some ponding of water to watch out for as we get this heavy batch to move in late tomorrow afternoon into the evening time, and some lightning and thunder as well. And then once we get north of Madison, north of, say, Salem and Paoli, then you're in this green color. That is level 1 out of 5, the lower risk of severe storms there. The severe weather risk goes from our area, that's level 2 out of 5, again in the yellow, called a slight risk of severe storms. That stretches all the way out through southern Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, North Texas, southeastern Colorado with that stationary front. That there is your Friday severe weather risk. Day 3 severe weather risk. So this is going to be Saturday and level 1 out of 5 in the severe weather risk categories for our area. Level 2 out of 5 slight risk, and the yellow is for southern Kentucky into Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, Arkansas, into, once again, Oklahoma and northeastern Texas. These aren't huge risks of severe weather, but this is when you're going to see some occasional severe thunderstorm warnings in this kind of setup. All right, there we go. That is the risk of severe weather right there. Let's look at a rain total. We're going to bring back up the GFS weather model. We'll look at the total week-long rain total. Then we'll get back to live radar, the forecast, and then we're going to wrap up our Ben at 10, which we normally go on for about 45 minutes. So I need to bring up our future data, and I'm going to go with the GFS weather model, total precipitation. We'll wrap this up, let's say Sunday morning, which is our June 8th. We'll just stop at 2 p.m. So this is the total rainfall now all the way through the weekend. Go full screen. Oops, we need to back up and turn on our little plotter here. All right, so wherever we go, it looks like we're looking at about 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. So overall, we'll be able to soak that up pretty good. Now, when we get these waves of heavy rainfall and some of these kind of torrential tropical downpours every once in a while, late tomorrow and late Saturday, this could, give us some, again, ponding of water, some puddles out there. But it is, we're getting into the heart of the growing season, so very lush grass, lush forest, and fields out there. So we will be able to soak up a lot of this without much runoff. So 1 to 2 inches, not crazy. We should be able to deal with that. That is your rainfall total. Let me bring up now our live radar sweep. Sometimes it takes just a sec to load in some of this data. So it looks like since the last time, almost 40 minutes ago since we checked out the live radar, things have dried up a little bit. So good to see that. So we'll go full screen. We'll do a tour. And so the steadiest rain right now is east of Seymour, here in North Vernon in Jennings County along Highway 50. There you can see where 3 and 7 come together at 50. And off to the east of North Vernon down 50, that's where we have some heavier rainfall. And then along I-65, Seymour to Austin and Scottsburg, you guys just have some lingering, mostly light rain, just enough to maybe use the windshield wipers a little bit right there. As we expand out our view, looks like my wife and daughter with the orientation in Bloomington are getting some showers, moving back into Bloomington soon. Sprinkles over in northern Jackson County, but a lot of dry real estate in southern Indiana, as we can see right there. Just doing a little tilt there. Louisville looks like it's dried out for the most part. There might be a sprinkle or two. And then our western Kentucky stuff is just kind of stagnant, not moving much. So all in all, there you can see it's steadier to the north for now. And we've got a good morning from Carol Hood. Thanks for tuning in here. And Dale Morris, good morning. Have a good day. Dale, thank you for dropping in that comment. And as we take another live look outside at the cloudy conditions, but the pavement has stayed dry in New Albany as most of that steady rain has been pretty much north of Clark County, Indiana. Around Highway 56 up to Highway 50 is where we've seen the steadier rain this morning. It's been mostly dry in Kentucky except for western Kentucky. In between, we've had a few of these sprinkles here and there. So that is your live look at uptown New Albany. And I'm going to bring back up the forecast here. And that'll wrap things up for the most part on our Thursday edition of Ben at 10 on this June 5th. All right, let me load up the forecast here for today. And here we go. And just for some giggles, this was, if you missed it, there was over 40,000 people that checked this out on my Facebook page, but that was me at about 4:30 yesterday afternoon. My little predicament as I was cleaning off the siding and the windows on the roof of my mom's house. The ladder took a spill, and then I was just up there. Thankfully, I only stuck for about 10 minutes as my neighbor Mike Miller saved the day as he got home from work. Vicky Berger, have a great day. Thanks for tuning in. So again, a shout out to U of L. Super Regional, 3 p.m. tomorrow. I'm hoping we can get that game in before that rain arrives. It'll be a close call at Jim Patterson Stadium. Congrats to Murray State taking on Duke Saturday. Dominic Decker, local infielder for Murray State from Sellersburg. UV index around 6-7. We should have some peaks of sunshine every now and again. That's called a high level. It's not very high like we had the last couple of days with a mostly cloudy sky. Our play ball forecast, I've switched it over to golf for baseball because we've got golf sectionals at Covered Bridge. I'm sure there's some other golf sectionals as well. So we're going to be in the 80s out there for today. So it'll be a bit muggy, 84 degrees, that high temperature. And that shower or storm is going to be possible. So we're going to be doing our best to dodge some of those pop-up storms as we heat up a bit later on this afternoon. Adele Murphy says, go Cards for sure. At Go Cards on the X platform, I think is where you can find a lot of their information. Perry Porter, be careful on the roof. From now on, I will. I got to get up there again to blow a few more gutters off, but it's not as high up. Tonight's forecast, low 70 degrees, a shower or storm possible, and then mostly dry during the overnight. A bit humid still, south wind at around 5. So we're on the south side of that stationary front, pooling up some moisture. So the dew points that measure water content still pretty high across the area. Your Friday forecast, mostly dry in the morning, early afternoon. Notice that 70% chance of rain. That might be up to near 100% chance of rain by late in the afternoon into the evening time. I'd say after 4 o'clock, be ready for that round of showers and thunderstorms for your Friday, June 6th. 7-day forecast, another good chance of showers and thunderstorms Saturday. But again, like Friday, morning and early afternoon, mainly dry, and then late afternoon, evening time, another good chance of some showers and thunderstorms. This front starts to move south. There could keep a lingering shower early Sunday, mainly dry Sunday afternoon, a high of 82. We're a little bit below normal with upper 70s near 80 degrees for Monday, Tuesday. We could still see some spotty showers on Monday. We're going to try for that drier weather pattern there Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And you can always go to extolmag.com/weather. You can see our live stream up there. Another way that you can catch us live. And then there's your interactive radar with the current conditions, the 3-day forecast, my 7-day forecast, also the weather story, which I posted this morning that shows some of the weather maps that you've been looking at right here. You've got your storm prediction centers, day 1, day 2 risks, severe weather watches, today's storm reports, current look at traffic and NDOT cams, river and lake levels, drought status, regional radar, and again, the big old interactive radar map right there, which shows temperatures well into the 70s throughout the area right now. It's also got storm tracks, lightning, and other tools, as you can be your own meteorologist right there at extolmag.com/weather. Lots of tools right there at your fingertips. fallsoftheohio.org webcam. You can check that out at the mostly sunny sky that we have across the area. Another shout out to Sellersburg, the Sellersburg Spotlight, ivytech.edu. The Sellersburg campus there right off exit 9, Highway 65. Check them out. And we're trying to get today, my daughter's meeting with the counselor up in Bloomington at IU, as I mentioned earlier, to get her 30 college credits switched over to IU. So just thanks to Ivy Tech for giving us that head start. 42 programs offered right there. Lions Roofing, they've been busy, and they could use your help. They're hiring a roofing repair technician. So if you know a friend or family member, phone them, phone a friend, and have them phone 812-294-3595. They're looking for that roofing repair technician. You get free estimates right there if you have any roofing issues. And again, when I was stuck on my roof, my mom's roof yesterday, I dialed up DJ from Lions Roofing. And just a joke about being up there, but also I spotted a couple little holes, I think from the tree branch that came down, I don't know, was it a month ago or so? Maybe a few weeks ago. And so I've got to put some roof caulking in there. So thanks, DJ, for giving me some advice on that. And so there you go, 812-294-3595 or lionsroofingco.com. Also a ton of job openings here for you at Libs Paving Company. You can go to libspaving.com. Upper right-hand corner is the careers. Again, if you have a friend, family member that is looking for a career in this industry, look at all these job openings right there. NWSB, newwashbank.com is where you can go. People you know wherever you go. Friendly faces at every Southern Indiana branch. So thank you to all of our partners right here. And just a quick reminder as well, we're here for you in Southern Indiana and beyond. If you want to partner up, we've got marketing programs, and Extol means to celebrate, to highly praise. And that's what we want to do with all of our partners and friends and family here in Southern Indiana. So if you know somebody that wants to, get your brand out more and more, you can just contact me, Ben at extolmag.com, Jason at extolmag.com. And we've been averaging over 2 million views per month over the last 90 days just on my Facebook content that does not include all of our other platforms and Extol Media. So we're here for you. If you have a weather question too, or just want to say hello, right there you go. Ben at extolmag.com. Ben at extolmag.com. Give me a shout. Thanks too if you're just saying hello here in the comments. And we had one popping in from Lillian Lasley. Have an awesome day. So we hope you have an awesome day as well. Lillian, thanks for tuning in. Right there behind me, that is Market Street in New Albany. You can see some traffic driving by every once in a while. And I think that's going to wrap things up. So again, plenty of dry time out there today. There are going to be some pop-ups, more in Indiana than Kentucky, it looks like overall. And then tomorrow and Saturday, mainly dry in the morning and early afternoon. Plan on those rain and storm chances ramping up late day, early evening for tomorrow and also for Saturday. So kind of back into a little bit of a busy weather pattern here for us. But we're going to be here for you. We'll time it out in more detail. We'll look at all that high resolution weather model data for tomorrow for our Friday. Hope you have a good Friday Eve on this Thursday, June the 5th. And no more comments popping up, so I think that's going to wrap it up here for us. Thanks for joining us on my Facebook page, Meteorologist Ben Peine, P-E-I-N-E, Extol Weather on Facebook, Extol Media. Please watch on YouTube. Great way to watch it, full screen on your television, your tablet, or whatever. And like and subscribe. Thank you very much so you get those notifications, and we'll see you later.